Okay, was about Tvghana, but I'm like now comment and wash money outside them. Yeah, be share na yeah, BAWKU some. I you see this particular BAWKU matter no. Ni na constante when His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, at that particular issues we a campaign ɛwɔ hɔnom 2024. Nti eba esa no ɔmanfo no mo ni na adwa ɔma ban we no because mo be promise ɔmo say mo na mo wo so a mutimi he den ema peace eba BAWKU ne ade na mo na mutimi settle conflict no. And the point is mo so kwa na kesiri mo na mo free o. Nti ene ka ukwa na wo so mutimi he den mutimi ma peace ne de eba 10 ene Africa na escalate asai kura manipa kunkum ne like enyema bebre sese nyema ze kofu bebre e homeless ne ade asem na ye west na we na constituency no omo mti kuro no omo bre no omo ade na ko omo ni bi no NDC for na constituency executives ababa press conference yinko ti omo se mo ka ewia epanyimfo no MPs no musugu parliament wa akra na ade ni si wo BAWKU no mu nko akọ se ni ezitie no so no is the some be omo press conference ewo BAWKU on be ko ho no makọ he omu nkrofo no matena nkran na omo ye press conference e demand say otumfo omo hu na beg say omo ameye mediation ne mo na ase peace bra ave mo hu say otumfo so ofa so ho nye concentration but the problem is omanfo ne bre enkodi nkuti NDC constituency executives yaudi omudi efa President John Dramani Mahama na mamuwi yonkoni nkuti
in the KOSOK traditional area, and the press conference dated 15 July 2025. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we begin by expressing our profound gratitude to Almighty God for preserving our lives in these perilous times. We also thank you, the men and women of the media, for promptly responding to our urgent call in this critical moment of betrayal, bloodshed, and impunity. We, the undersigned National Democratic Congress constituency executives from the 6 constituencies within the KOSOK traditional areas, Denjuri, BAWKU Central, Kusiga, Garu, Tempani, and Zabila, stand before you today, deeply alarmed and outraged by the deteriorating security situation in BAWKU and the total failure of this government to protect the lives, dignity, and rights of the very people who gave them power. On July 13, 2025, the people of KOSOK woke up to what can only be described as a state-sponsored assault, not only on civilians, but on the very soul and authority of our traditional leadership. In an appalling and indefensible act, the military desecrated the image of our revered overlord, His Royal Majesty Zuran Bokunaba, by setting ablaze his statue, an act so vile and provocative it amounts to declaration of war on the people of KOSOK. The justification for this barbarity, a reported attack by unknown persons on Mampusi buses and the military escort. While we do not condone violence in any form, no civilized or lawful state responds by massacring innocent women and children, invading schools, brutalizing students, and injuring 2 of them. This is not law enforcement. This is state terrorism, and it will not be accepted under any circumstances. Let it be known, the KOSOK people have reached their limit. During the 7th December 2024 election, while the rest of Ghana voted for hope and progress, the KOSOK people voted not just for development, but for survival, placing their trust in the NDC and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, believing his administration would deliver justice and peace through the rule of law. That trust is now dangerously eroded. The government, instead of taking bold and lawful action to resolve the chieftaincy conflict, has outsourced responsibility to the Asantehene. The perpetrators of violence walk free, a worsening crisis, deepening mistrust, and a growing perception that the government has chosen political expediency over justice. As the frontline leaders and campaigners of the NDC in KOSOK, our lives are under serious threat, not just from the crossfire of violence, but from the growing anger of our own people, who now see us as enablers of a system that has betrayed them completely. We refuse to continue risking our lives and integrity in the name of a government that appears to have no respect for our people, our leaders, or the promises we made on its behalf. Our core concerns. 1. The people of Kosak in the Kosak.
We want the NDC for him to campaign in Mahama. After John Dramani Mahama co promises almost on a buying bar on the bit me I have a peace and be I the above form of honor my like calm and the bahon. Now, I want to continue me campaign in Mahama and I need election. I'm wearing election. I feel it. One now be promising peace. I will honor. Oh, I cockles were 2 to a 2-4. Oh, no problem. Which means one I got the no wound to me and thrown I'll be trying to say 2024 a thrown no be dear Kunyano and mouth after on betrayal. And then on Crawford news to know because a giddy almost near the beba, one of my cousin got to Mama Hammer and the actual man and so and no more can I want many abroad of my press conference. You couldn't go to MPs phone penny for no so now. Omo na omo di omo fo nenemu parliament no omo do mani wa kohwe de omo nzi wo emi eku nkrofo na omo te akra na omo ye chere za akra na omo ye press yenkuti omo nse mo so ka.
On those occasions it's always been an omission or for very strategic reasons. If you ask all the people sitting here, my own village, people went to my own village, attacked and killed relatives that I know who are very close to me. And I never commented. And I came under intense attack from family members, from tribesmen, from Sasis, why the attack was in my own village and I never commented. And I still haven't commented, and I will not comment. Not that it doesn't hurt, for the very reason that you're asking me this question. Because sometimes people who are not from my village get attacked, and I don't comment. So why would I comment? Because it is in my own village. So sometimes for strategic reasons, I don't comment. Sometimes I comment for other strategic reasons. Let's say this instance, it is threatening to create a serious rift between the military and the community. When it is threatening to create a conflict between the military and the community, I move in because we need the soldiers there. We need them because we ourselves cannot maintain law and order. We've invited them to come in there and assist maintain law and order. So any incident that is escalating and threatening the relationship between the community and the soldiers, we move in there first to vindicate the rights of the community, at the same time also to appeal for calm in the relationship between the community and the soldiers. So as you can see, if you listen, we condemn everything that has happened. But at the same time, we also try to show that the soldiers went too far. They went too far. For instance, you went and burned a statue. What has the statue got to do with this matter? You are soldiers. You are supposed to be neutral. Two people are fighting. One of them has gone to put his statue in front of his house. Then you, in trying to separate, or you're angry because they fired into a convoy, and I condemn the firing into the convoy. I have condemned that. But then, as soldiers, you look for those who fired into the convoy. The statue has done nothing to you. So, to now go and burn the statue, you are making a political statement. And that is threatening the relationship between you, the soldiers, and the community. Because the statue symbolizes something for the entire community. So if you go and burn it, and you are soldiers, that's a very serious matter. So those who say when it affects my people, go ahead. I can pull a lot of statements that I have made because it has affected.
And this particular MP, so
the afternoon of Sunday, 13 July 2025, ostensibly in response to an attack by unknown gunmen on a vehicle under military escort, the military personnel in BAWKU went on rampage and murdered 6 people, maimed more than 20 others, and caused huge destruction to the property of citizens in BAWKU. Some of them looted the shops of the people and made away with huge sums of money. What was the point in the destruction of the statue of our overlord? What security threat did the statue pose, and what threat does the destruction solve? It takes an act as such to insult to the Kusal people and to reject same. In the light of the foregoing, we demand the following on the government of Ghana: that the armed force render an unqualified apology to the Zuran and the people of Kusal for the unprofessional and banditry of the military on the 13th of July 2025 in BAWKU. That the soldiers involved in this act of 13 July 2025 be investigated and prosecuted when found culpable.
Wow. Mo busy na wu akra no. Do mo ya ne kasa nko a mo nye kasa pe no. Kasa nko a. Mo nye show work bi mo nye yeso mo pa mo. Mo akoto aba ma mo se mo pe no. Mo fa Tvghana ja comment so me ba me.